वासुदेवाय नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदिरे नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवतसेवया भगवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकीम्. So continuation of this Upadesmruta, Nectar of Instructions by Srila Rupa Goswami. Sloka number 2. We have already discussed there are 11 slokas in this Upadesmruta written by Srila Rupa Goswami. So just a recap of about the first one, the first sloka. No. So the first sloka says about Vacho Vegam, Manaso Vegam, Krodha Vegam, Udara Vegam, and that is to control the tongue, control anger, control mind, control the belly, and control the genitals, all these things. So we have seen so many examples in the Sattva, 6 Amritas. So speaking only about Krishna consciousness, minding is centering Krishna all around our material activities, or even though if we are in the material world, Krishna should be centered there and we should make it spiritualize. So, and belly is only we should accept the prasadam, accept which is not offered to Krishna, the reject which is offered which is not offered to Krishna, and the genitals only to procure children and to give them Krishna consciousness. Just all these things we have seen in his earlier class. And the tongue is only to glorify Lord's glories and to recite Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, like Vedic scriptures example. So the second one is very, very important. All these 11 slokas, it will have it has correlations. Like and as I already told that the 9 devotions the 9 stages of devotion service. First 3 slokas based on the first stage Shraddha, which is faith towards any spiritual activities, will lead to the second stage Sadhu Shraddha. It leads to Sadhu Sangha. So Prabhupada says, one who is addicted to Krishna consciousness, he is a guru. So once when the press reporter asked what is the qualifications of guru, Prabhupada answered him that the qualification of guru is a person one who is too much addicted to Krishna consciousness, or one who is too much attached to Krishna is called one who is too much addicted to guru and Krishna. To Krishna is a real guru, he says. And also Prabhupada says in the purport that one who controls all these 6 subjects, he can make disciples all over the world. That is Vacho Vegam, Manaso Vegam, Krodha Vegam, Udara Vegam, and all these things, control genitals, all those things, because it is a straight line from tongue to heart and heart to the genital, belly to genitals. Once when tongue is controlled, when tongue is regulated, whole system is controlled. So that means you should not give up everything because we need some food to maintain the system, to maintain the bodily system, and to serve Guru and Krishna. So that is why we need, how much ever is needed, that much we should feed our belly, and we should control it. Just because it is prasadam, we cannot eat sumptuously. So the next one is second sloka is atyahara prajalpa, atyahara prayasa, prajalpa, niyamagraha, janasanga, laulyam. 6 items in this. So Prabhupada says one who gives up these 6 items, he can definitely advance to Krishna consciousness. Gradually one has to develop this, one has to give up, or one has to parityaga, he should give it up. So then only he can advance in Krishna consciousness, or in devotions, any devotions, types of devotions there is, especially in Krishna consciousness. Atyahara is eating too much and collecting too much is called atyahara. Atyahara is eating more than what we required and sleeping more than how much we need it. Like Prabhupada said, one has to sleep 6 hours or to 7 hours. So that much is sufficient for a person to maintain his body and to give rest to the body, so that the next day he will be able to perform his daily activities and devotional activities also. Like Shastras recommends 8 hours of sleep, 6 to 7 hours of sleep or taking rest, and 7 for Grihastha, for 7 hours for Grihastha it is. For 8 hours he has to work hard and he has to earn something to maintain his family, and the remaining 8 hours he has to spare fully for Krishna consciousness. Even in the 8 hours of his earning, the Krishna should be welcomed, or Krishna should be centered in that. So you should always, he should keep on remembering Krishna in his material activities also, otherwise we will forget, because Maya is very dangerous. Anytime we can skip Krishna consciousness, anytime we can forget Krishna. So because of worldly pleasures. So the atyahara is Krishna. Prabhupada says a beautiful example. In a center of road, if one gunny bag of rice is kept, and all the birds, as soon as they see that the gunny bag, it consumes the rice how much it needs on that particular time or particular day, and it goes up. But if a person or a human being sees that, immediately he will grab the sack and he will go and take it off. So that is the difference between us and the birds. So that means, so it means that how much ever we consume, it will not be sufficient for us. Like example, if you give 1 glass of poison, then we'll drink, then we'll consume it. After another 10 minutes, another person will come, another relative will come. How about taking another piece of a laddu? He says, now only I drank the poison, but still his mind says, why not laddu? Well, let us take laddu. And again he'll take that, he will consume the laddu. And he keeps on going, he keeps on consuming it, there is no limit for it. So the consumption of food, the eating habit should be regulated, that how much ever we need it, that much only. That Ayurveda says 50% of the food should be consumed, and 25 should be kept for water, and 25 should be kept for air. So that is the system we have to follow. Only then we can maintain our body, and that both three dhatus, 3 doshas, kapha, pitta, vayu will be balanced in that way. Bandrena.
Welcome, welcome, Manaka.
Car parking. Sorry for the interruption. So that is Satyahara. I have given you the example. I think you can understand the example from that birds and human beings, how much detail they consume the rice. So similarly, prayasa, over-endeavoring for the mundane matters, for the worldly pleasures. So there is a story in Puranas. Once a rishi, he was doing tapasya, so he wanted to attain to the point of cliff. He wanted to become a mastery in Vedic scriptures. So he was doing meditating, and ultimately Indra appeared, and he was asking the boon. ಒಂದು ವಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕೃಷ್ಣಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಕೆತ್ತಿರೋದು ತೆಗೆದಿರೋದು. ಹರೇ ಕೃಷ್ಣ 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 ಹರೇ ರಾಮ ಹರೇ ರಾಮ. ರಾಯಗಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ ಕೃಷ್ಣಗೆ ಆಹ್ವಾನ. Indra appeared before the rishi and asked him what type of boon you want. She told, I want to extend my life because I want to become master in Shastras. So Indra sanctioned Tatastu. Okay. And like that, first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth, 5 times. And his birth was, his life was extended 5 lifetimes. And in a due course of time, 6th time when Indra appeared, there was 3 mountains. And those 3 mountains he saw, then he thought, my Lord, because of my hardships and austerity, 3 quantity of mountain knowledge I gained, he thought. Then Indra went near the 3 mountains and took some sand in his hand and showed to the rishi, your acquiring of knowledge is only this much, a handful of sand. So we should understand that Prabhupada always says, he gives an antidote that world will be in a better place if one gives up these 6 items. Prabhupada analyzes and gives a solution, and also gives the Palasruti. So in the process of acquiring riches, we will lose relationship with Krishna also. So our earnings also should be regulated. We should analyze that how much ever we need for our maintaining Krishna conscious family, Krishna conscious life. That much only we have to acquire. So that is called prayasa. Pratyahara means over collecting. Also, like we are collecting clothes, especially if you open the wardrobe, so many pairs of clothes will be there. As soon as we see whether we'll doubt whether we have won this or not. So that much will be there. So collecting more pair of clothes, collecting more books, even though we don't read it, but some devotees they got a very they follow the very good very good set of policies. Like even if they don't read, also they give it to other devotees to read. So over collecting of any material thing is too bad for our devotion service and also to our material life also. It may lead to distraction of so many things. So Grihastha should give charities. So we should give Grihastha should give charities. Like in Bhagavad Gita, I said, Yagna Dana Tapa. So charity should be in Satuguna. Like when Dhruva Maharaj was about to go to the Vaikunta, then he was waiting. He told the Vishnudutas to wait. Why? He had asked, why? I will finish all my sadhana bhakti, I'll do japa, I'll read shastras, then I'll come back. I don't want to skip off all those things. It's because you people have come. And then after aboarding the Vaikunta plane also, again he said, wait, let my mother come also. Then the Vishnudutas told, see, another plane is there. Already your mother has boarded the Vaikunta plane. Don't worry about that. So then like that, devotees know how to analyze things and discriminate things. So by seeing a devotee's lifestyle, one should always naturally they should follow they should follow and apply in their practical life. So it should not be demanded, it should be commanded. Prabhupada says it should be commanded. Naturally they should evoke that qualities. That is, a leader should be very dynamic, and the leader should be instrumental, and he should always show the path to the followers so that they can reach the cliff point of the devotional service. So it should be a yardstick. And one more thing we should also bear in the mind, that one should have a yardstick, how much we have to acquire and how much we have to earn and how much we have to collect. That also all those things have to be considered in our life also. So Prajalpa always discussing about things which are very constructive. Once scientist Albert Einstein he was having a conversation with his friends. Another friend has come to see the Albert Einstein, and he was asking, I want to discuss with you very important matters. And before narrating that important point, Albert Einstein told him, see, it should be truth, it should be beneficial, it should be pleasing. If these three things are loaded with your questions, then you can discuss with me. Otherwise, don't waste my time. Because it should be, whatever things we discuss, he should have truth, it should be beneficial, otherwise pleasing. So that is why whoever comes to speak with you, to speak with us, we should know that whether it is beneficial or not, whether it is constructive or not, whether it is productive or not. Otherwise, you should not waste the time. But that time should be spared for Krishna consciousness or devotion service. So we can understand, if above 3 is not there, then we should just tell them, please quit the place. I mean, they should not nose cut them, or we should tell them in a pleasant manner. See, I have a lot of work to do, please don't waste your time also, waste my time also. And Prajalpa is giving up the bad association with the worldly minded people, having association with the devotees. within the devotees also we should discriminate whether the devotee is following or strictly maintaining the standards so that we can elevate to the highest rung of the ladder. So, and niyamagraha means do's and don'ts, rules, do's and don'ts. So one should not be too attached to rules also. You become ritualistic, and one should not reject also the rules and regulations. How much rules and regulations is there? That much we have to follow this. So once in a temple, an old couple has come and they left the slippers in the car itself. So then the security guard asked him, where is your slippers? We left in the car. He said, no, bring it here and keep it there. So that means too much is attached to rules and regulations, so that he will leave the sara of the lifetime, the essence of the devotion. Example I am telling. So example Brahmana Patnis also. So when the husbands of the Brahmana Patnis, they were performing yajnas, those Brahmanas were performing yajnas in order to have the darshan of Vishnu. But when Vishnu himself came personally and sent his devotees to give them some prasad, they rejected it. They told we were performing severe austerities to see the form of Narayana, to see the darshan of Narayana. So that is too much of attachment to the shastric things and leaving up the prime one or the main course. So the next one is Janasanga. Give up bad association. People who are materialistic, worldly minded people, we should give up their association. We should not mingle with them. We should not associate with them. Like there are two things to be considered here: Visayi and Visha. Visha is poison, and Visayi is worldly minded people. And Prabhupada says in one this thing, if you compare Visha is better than the Visayi. Visha is vision, the poison, because Visayi worldly minded. So once poison means we leave the body, but Visayi means we live the entire. It is totally, it affects our consciousness. That is called Vishayi. So we should also have Guhyamati Prachayati. So when we want to share the secrets, we should select the particular confidential devotee who can push us to the highest the platform of Krishna consciousness. And the last one is Laulyam, greedy. We try to be happy in material world and never allow to come to the highest points of devotion service. So Laulyam means greediness. So we should not consume, or we should not follow, or we should not apply anything which is too much of greedy, because too much of greedy will not allow us to go to the highest point of devotion service. So greediness in eating, greediness in acquiring, greediness in mingling with the devotees, everything should be very, very careful. And if one follows this, one gives up these 6 items, definitely we can advance in Krishna consciousness. And also Prabhupada says one who follows 11 mantras and following it and applying it and preaching it for others, then he is a real devotee. Then we can evaluate that this person is has got 100% in Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram. Thank you so much for patient listening.